So once you've started to evaluate your model, you've looked at if it's significant and if your R-squared is appropriate, then you start looking at your predictor variables that are included in your model to make sure that you have selected the best possible model. So remember, when you're developing a model, your goal is to prepare the simplest model that performs well enough. Some statistical packages can perform an exhaustive search for you by looking at all of the combinations. But most statistical packages can perform forward, backward, and stepwise selection. Exhaustive search goes through all of the possible combinations of predictor variables. This is quite computationally intensive and is best to be left to the computer to do the work for you. This method is designed to evaluate models based on Mallow's CP, R-squared, RMSE, AIC, or BIC. Mallow's CP is one of the measures used in the exhaustive search method. It's looking at the relationship between the sum of squared errors and the variance for the full model with all predictors. It's going to take into account the number of predictors and the sample size. So in general, you're going to want this value to be near p plus 1. And then we have R-squared. So R-squared, remember, describes the proportion of the variance and the dependent variable that is explained by the variance in the predictor variables. RMS error, or RMSE, is a description of the standard error associated with the data in the relationship to the regression line. AIC is a kind information criterion. And then we have BIC, which is the Bayesian information criterion. Those are measures of model fit, and it's used to determine if it's overfit or underfit. These measure the information lost by fitting your model. Therefore, you want these values to be smaller. So these, like Mallow's, apply a penalty for the number of parameters in your model. We have some popular ones that are used. We typically see forward selection. These are done in the order that you put them in, and it looks at the partial F statistics. Your backwards elimination will successfully continue to consider elimination from your model with respect to their F values. And then stepwise is just going to eliminate everything that violates your significance value that you have entered into your model.